couple of days out from the Victorian election, I'm down here at the pre-poll at Noble Park in the seat of Mulgrave, Daniel Andrews' seat. And I'll tell you what, just standing here helping our candidates from United Australia Party and looking at the people coming through, there is a real sentiment that Daniel Andrews is in big trouble in this seat. Look, thanks for being here and stand up to try and make a change in this state sort of thing. What a
I'm 77 years old and he's here basically every day, 12 hours.
We'll get a good result. We'll get a good result. Dan will be last.
I'm here on the steps of Victorian Parliament House. About 12 months ago, I was here almost in this very spot, and there was a sea of people. Undoubtedly Australia's largest protest, well over 100,000 people. The aerial shots clearly show it was one of Australia's largest protests. And those protests kept on the steps of this Parliament House for many weeks. People wanting to stop Dan Andrews' pandemic legislation. But the only reason that that legislation got through was because in the upper house, a corrupt and crooked deal in the previous election that had elected a mob called Transport Matters that became a rubber stamp for Dan Andrews to pass that legislation, which we now know and has seen the damage that it's done to this state, the state's reputation, and has set off catastrophic problems in this state financially and medically. We cannot let that happen again. At this coming election, it is most important that you elect upper house members that will hold the balance of power and hold whichever major party wins government to account. That is the historic role of the upper house of Parliament in a Westminster democracy. It is not to be a rubber stamp for Dan Andrews, as we've seen over the last 4 years. So when you're considering your vote at this election on Saturday, make sure in the upper house you vote for a party that will hold Dan Andrews to account. And I give my assurance as National Director of the United Australia Party that all of our candidates, if they are successful, they will hold the government of the day to account, because that is the job, that is the historic job of the upper house, and that hasn't happened for the last 4 years, and we have seen the catastrophic consequences here in Victoria. Don't be conned by this Drury and his mob of fake independence, subverting democracy. Make sure you vote for a true party such as the United Australia Party that will hold Daniel Andrews to account.
My parents migrated here to the lucky country and want that back. So
That's right, Chief.
hopefully you guys get through and make some real changes.
Great to come down and help. I've noticed there's a lot of support on the ground. I've been out, there's a real, from what I've seen out today, all the polling booths, a real anti-Dan Andrews sentiment.
That's right, thank God for that. He's really terrorised the community.
One reason why he has to be voted out, I think what he's doing in the ambulance services. We've had a report here in Victoria where we know at least 33 people have died because of delayed response from the ambulances. Yet we've got ambulance workers in Victoria today sitting at home being mandated out of their job because of Dan Andrews' ideology.
We need representation in Parliament that is going to vote in the favour of the people, not just go with the flow.
I believe this is the most important election in Victoria's history. There's one man who's acting like a quasi-dictator and has literally ruined thousands of lives, and people are dying waiting for an ambulance under his leadership. If you want to make a difference and you want to restore Australia to its former glory and more, you need to vote 1 in the upper house for the United Australia Party. We're the last century at the gate and we will do the right thing by you, and no matter which government takes power, we will protect you in the upper house.